Why is cellular respiration so good at making ATP? Imagine your body's energy as a busy factory producing power for every task you do. Cellular respiration is like the factory's most efficient generator, turning food into usable energy. This process mainly happens in tiny parts of your cells called mitochondria, which are like power plants inside your body. When you eat, your body breaks down nutrients, especially glucose, into smaller pieces through a series of steps. First, glucose is split in half during a process called glycolysis, which happens outside the mitochondria. This step produces a little bit of energy directly and creates molecules called NADH that store energy for later. Next, the molecules from glycolysis are transformed into a substance called acetyl-CoA, which then enters a cycle known as the citric acid cycle. Here, more high-energy molecules called NADH and FADH2 are made, along with a tiny amount of ATP. But the real magic happens in the last stage, called oxidative phosphorylation. This is where the stored energy from NADH and FADH2 is transferred through a chain of proteins embedded in the inner mitochondrial membrane. As electrons move along this chain, they cause protons, or hydrogen ions, to be pumped across the membrane, creating a kind of stored energy called a proton gradient. This gradient acts like a dam holding back water. The enzyme ATP synthase, which is like a tiny turbine, uses this stored energy to produce a large amount of ATP by combining ADP, or adenosine diphosphate, with inorganic phosphate. The reason cellular respiration is so good at making ATP is because it releases energy gradually in small, manageable steps, instead of all at once. This way, energy is captured efficiently in the form of NADH and FADH2, which deliver high-energy electrons to the electron transport chain. The creation of the proton gradient and the action of ATP synthase make the process very effective, especially when oxygen is available. When oxygen is present, it acts as the final electron acceptor, allowing the chain to keep running at full speed and produce up to about 32 ATP molecules from just one glucose molecule. This process is finely tuned and adaptable, meaning your body can adjust energy production based on what you need. In the context of your body's anatomy, this process fuels everything from muscle movements to nerve signals and organ functions. Without cellular respiration, your cells wouldn't have the energy to keep you alive and active. So, the reason it is so good at making ATP is because it combines multiple steps, uses electron carriers to maximize energy extraction, and employs a proton gradient to produce large amounts of ATP efficiently. It is a perfectly coordinated system designed to meet your body's energy demands with precision and reliability.